Hey, what's up, fantasy people? This is Tyler, Big Turd Ward, and Jason, the lucky bastard Uthenwoldt, coming at you live from two different states. Hey, and he brought a dog. Look at that little white face, man.
You got you
How
gotta
long
do
have you been holding that? Did you hold that before when we were talking?
I've been
before?
holding it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, let's
Okay.
go. You gotta do slow motion.
So happy Black Friday, everybody. This is our Turkey Day wrap-up beer time breakdown show. So we're going over as much of the games as we saw visually yesterday. I didn't get to see much because that family drama. We don't want no drama. I'm sure. Hey, everybody gets in fights on Thanksgiving. I'm sure your family got in a fight probably. So
Yeah, like WWE status.
yeah.
I told my mom and I told my dad, I was like, you want a can of whoop ass?
And what'd they
Jason
say to that?
316. They didn't take me seriously. They
They
laughed.
said, hell yeah.
I'm like,
John
don't talk to your mother like that because Steven said so.
Yeah, dude, I can't say that kind of stuff around here. People just start crying and breaking down. I don't know. So anyways, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. And so and also this is just funny, man, just thinking about this stuff. I want to say shout out to our 32nd subscriber. I forgot to say that in my last video and your last video, Jason. We got a unknown 32nd subscriber, even with our audio, my audio sync issues. So hey, I just want to let you know we really appreciate you and thank you so much for subscribing. That means a lot to us.
Thank you, alien.
Yeah, and hey, better content is coming soon. Jason and I just got HD webcams on the way. I saw my wife looking at microphones, when she was all asking me about what I want for Christmas. Are you drinking a Red Bull right now?
No,
Do they come in like tall, skinny cans, or does your hand grow like two sizes?
It's
I was gonna say, dude.
it's kind of a tall, skinny can. Can't be drinking those
like
IPAs with the family here. I still got to be like social and entertaining, not passing out.
Oh, like, dude. Yeah, your parents are used to you passing out, though, right? Due to alcohol.
Yeah, but throw up everywhere. Chicken nugget throw up all over my bed.
Yeah, Jason I spent the night over at Jason's house, and then his mom asked the next day if anybody was throwing up in his bedroom.
That's what Tyler was even trying to fight everybody and doing the helicopter fist thing where you're like, ah. No, you were doing it then too.
Hey, I saw your tattoo for the first time, Jason.
I'm part of the Rebel Alliance.
What did your parents say? Did they say that God's not going to accept you into his kingdom now?
They say now I have to pay God to let me through his gates.
with blood and
I'll have to sacrifice my arm.
That won't be too bad. That should only take about 10 seconds, Jason. You should be like, honor. You go outside and say, honor sacrifice. I minimized you. I can't even see you right now. So
so you can't even see the hilarious gestures.
Actually, you know what, dude? We need to talk about this right now.
All right, let's go on. Let's get it.
Today is a very special episode, people.
Very special. We're here, man. 100. 100.
So if you didn't think that we were going to be here, you didn't think that we were going to stay here. This is our 100th episode, Jason.
Yep, we've done 100 of these, man.
Yeah, because I was telling you it was coming up, but I didn't realize we were going to get there like in a week.
Yeah, and on an episode that we get to drink for too.
Oh, so I wanted to be like, oh, dude, technically it's not our 100th because we have part 1s and part 2s. So really, but F that, dude. No, this is our 100th episode because, hey, dude, we just got the technology to be able to combine videos. So
be faster, stronger.
It's not our fault.
Clearer.
Faster. Stronger, faster. Kanye West, dude.
He's dropping in later.
Go S the D. What was I going to tell you? Okay, so first game though, man. So were you able to watch much football yesterday?
Yeah, I told. I made a deal with everybody that came over. I said, I'm not gonna make anything. I'm just gonna watch football, but I will eat your food.
Who came over?
Lauren and Jameson also came over.
Oh, okay. I see.
So it was a pretty good time. But yeah, so I was able to watch the games, watch the Bills and Lions. Very interesting game.
Were you looking for anything in the Bills and Lions or no?
Yeah, well, James Cook was my boom bust. I also wanted to see if Diggs was going to stay upset like he did last week, and if it's even possible for the Lions to keep up with the Bills.
Man,
And
yeah, right.
so going in, before we get to like the little stats of it, after that game, I was like, God, this game was not scripted up to be like how it was. Bills defense in the last 4 games has given up 20, 27, 23, and 25 points. And
They've been stuffing the run.
I think in the beginning of the year, and they just lost Von Miller for a while too. I think in the beginning of the year, people were they were kind of being afraid of putting players against the Bills. And I think now, from what I'm seeing, I
You can
don't really
throw on the
think.
Bills, dude. You can throw on them. I would not want
Yes.
to start, but like, because I went over this for my start sit or whatever because of Jamal Williams and Dalvin Cook a couple weeks ago. Unless you get a touchdown or a big run, dude, you're not getting points against Bills as far as running backs go.
Well, Jamal Williams doesn't really get long runs anyway. He's usually like a low average, then he'll get 2 goal line touchdowns.
Well, they knew, dude. Like he knew when I was watching because I was like, oh, Ray, I said this guy wasn't going to do well. And the next play, that fool busts off that 27-yard run. Like it was like the best blocking. It was such a clean alley. And he almost got a touchdown. I thought he had like a 40-yard touchdown, but he ended up getting tackled because he's slow. But like, if it wasn't for that 27-yard run, dude, like, oh, he would have got like 40 yards, So
Yeah.
and a touchdown.
And another thing I noticed was just like it seems like Josh Allen's injury is
Is for real.
So it's more like a question. Do you feel like it was like Josh Allen's injury that kept the Lions close to the game, or was it the Lions defense?
Well, if
To
you
help them
watch
to
that
stay
game,
close?
dude, like he was missing so many throws. I feel like
So
these.
many.
I mean, 24 for 42, dude. I mean,
I
this is like
know.
him. This is like him and his. I want to say his freshman year, but that's not how it works. His rookie year, and so like, I think in the cold, like remember like when it first happened, that first game, he looked so good. I
Mm-hmm.
think like I don't know, like it didn't hit him yet, like he didn't really like, he was feeling pain, but now he's feeling more and more pain. He doesn't know what to do. So like I think it sucks for Josh Allen people, owners. It really does. I mean, at least he got 78 yards and a touchdown rushing, but I think those 350, I mean, just 400-yard, 4 touchdown games are done until he gets something fixed.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you said that though, because even though you could tell that he has an issue with his elbow, he's still going to get you those rushing yards on the ground and possible rushing touchdown.
Oh yeah, like
Especially,
I'd still wish I would trade Tua for him right now if I could still, but
mm-hmm.
it's not how it's going to work.
Yeah,
And it's so
you could definitely tell there was something like not right with him because he got Stephon Diggs 15 targets and they were only able to complete
dude,
on 8 of them.
and you watch that and like, but at the same time, I remember thinking like, God, dude, like Stephon Diggs would be like, boom, 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 and he'd catch the ball or go to catch the ball, and the guy would come around and just poke it out. Like the Lions defense, I don't know if they knew they were playing on national TV or whatever, but oh my
Right.
God, they were playing so well yesterday.
They wanted that Turk ducking.
I know, dude. I wish I could do a Madden impression, but I really can't. I can't even think of what Madden even sounds like right now, but I remember there's that Frank Caliendo.
You got to cut down the turkey right down the middle. Then bam, you eat it from this one. Bam, you eat it from this one.
I overcooked our turkey. Yes. Yeah, our turkey cooked in like an hour and 45 minutes, and I overcooked it to like 175. It was still the best turkey I ever had, but still.
Oh yeah, our turkey.
We didn't even eat. We didn't even eat till like 4 o'clock yesterday, dude. I was like, because we were kind of fighting for 2 hours, so like,
I think we were like
it was not good.
Like 3, maybe 2 or something like that.
Oh, dude, I was so hungry. I can't wait to eat after this. I'm drinking right now. It's like 1:30, people, and we're drinking for you, Jason. We're drinking for the people out there in the world. This is our 100th episode. I
100th
almost said,
episode.
I almost used the God's name in vain. GD. Sorry.
GT.
But we've got
We
Mrs.
do it for
Uthenwoldt in the
you.
other room. I don't want her to know what I'm saying.
Oh, she's already doing Hail Marys past on the other side of the door. I hear her going,
All right.
whatever
So,
it is.
but the big story from the receiving end on the Bills was that Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah.
He got 10 targets. This is what you expected from Isaiah McKenzie all year, but it just hasn't been happening for like 6 weeks.
Yeah, he got was it the first drive of the game for the Bills? He got that like 10-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he's going to have we'll give him that, right? We'll give him that. No, he did pretty well. He was like the only person who could really connect with Josh Allen in that game. The only thing is it's what you said, Tyler. This is something that we kind of expected all year, but it doesn't happen all year. So it could be a situation where he blew up this game, but next game after that, he'll probably be irrelevant.
Yeah, so he ran 39 routes on 52 dropbacks. Gabe Davis led with 46. So I mean, he was up there, 46 for Gabe Davis, 45 for Steph Diggs, and then 39 for him. So he was super involved this game, and I don't know if like it's Josh Allen's injury, they're just going to go short a lot, because Gabe Davis was featured so much last game. I was hoping he was going to be featured this game, and he was not. It was mostly Isaiah McKenzie and Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
So it's like going forward, I don't know what to expect really, because it's like this is the first time that Isaiah McKenzie got a lot of play, but I do expect Josh Allen's injury to continue. So it's like, what do you do? I don't know. I would want to see maybe one more game from Isaiah McKenzie before I roll him out, unless I'm in like a 14 or 16 man league.
Agreed.
And then Gabe Davis is like such a disappointment this year, dude. Like for what you think that you got, like because I literally drafted Gabe Davis over Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Amon-Ra gets 10 targets a game at least.
Yeah. What did he get?
He went 9 for 122 and a touchdown,
10
and he's running out of the slot. So it's like, yeah, and I was interested to see how he was going to do, and he's still doing well, even against good teams, good defenses. So it's like, I messed up drafting Gabe Davis, but I just I was hoping that, that playoff run would translate to something.
Yeah, well, I mean, kind of started off good, right? Didn't he get a touchdown in the first couple of
games?
Yeah,
like, I mean, if his first like 3 healthy games, he was averaging like 20 points a game, and that was great. But it's like, dude, Stephon Diggs is like the man in that. And it's like Stephon Diggs is going to be a first-round draft pick next year.
Yeah, he's a target eater.
Yeah, I don't know who I'd rather have. I was looking at it today. I was like, would I have Stephon? Would I have Justin Jefferson or Tyreek Hill? Because I'm going to be picking early next year, and I was already looking through that stuff.
Yeah, even though I did put Gabe Davis on pause, I kept saying in my video
that was a good call.
Well, I mean, like I said in the video, I said if I had him, I would start him because this was a game that was like the way the Lions have one of the worst defenses in the league all around on the defensive side. Bills have a passing game that's unbelievable. I didn't think there was any way that the Lions were going to keep up with the Bills. Ended up being a pretty close game. Came down to the last second field goal. I was thinking it
was a good game to watch, dude.
In the third quarter, the score is going to be like 35-10, and that's when James Cook was going to come in here and start cooking fools.
I thought this,
I put him as a boom. No, he was a major bust. He only got like 4 points, and he was projected like 5.
I would have agreed with you too, man. Like I loved James Cook. I literally almost started him because I'm like, I think I'm out of playoff contention now. So I was like, screw it, dude. Like I'm really trying, but I wanted to start James Cook just to kind of hit that boom. And I was very surprised to see that he didn't do anything, dude. Yeah. And I was kind of surprised to see that Devin Singletary just got even averaging 5 yards a carry. I mean, Josh Allen is injured. And even it's like they have to dominate a game to run, dude. And
yeah,
and it sucks. I was wondering if that was going to change. And, into last year, they were running the ball a lot. And I was thinking, maybe, dude, Josh Allen, they're going against the Lions. Like, I was really thinking they're just going to run the hell out of the ball. But 29 rushes, and they averaged 5.7 yards a rush. But it's just, there just was no opportunity for James Cook this game.
They just want to live and die by Josh Allen's arm, even though it's injured.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. And it's you start to wonder about that. I wish they had an offensive coach. I mean, it's great they have a defensive coach, but they should be doing something else. And then on my start sit, dude, I said to sit Jamal Williams, which I still feel good about because he literally did nothing except for that short yardage touchdown. And I said he's touchdown dependent. If he gets you a touchdown, you're fine. And then, but he would have got literally 40 yards and a touchdown. And he does not catch the ball whatsoever. But I said to start DeAndre Swift because man, people have been killing the Bills in pass catching for running backs, and I was like, dude, watch DeAndre Swift, and he looked good out there, but they just I don't know. It's just the whole coaching and thing of the Lions. They're just not going to.
Didn't he have a touchdown? I think he had a touchdown that got called back.
I was just going to say he got called back, and then he was on the red zone. He was in a lot of red zone packages, and they were throwing to him. Oh, yeah. No, he got a call. That was like a 15-yard touchdown that he got called back. I remember that one because I was like, oh, thank God, dude. I said, I called Swift, and thank God he caught a touchdown. And there's like, penalty. And it's like, no. So, yeah, that was terrible. But, yeah, so Swift, I still feel bad for Swift owners because he's so matchup dependent, dude. Like, he needs a run shedding defense for him to do well. And even when this happened, he got that touchdown called back and now he's worthless. So it's like DeAndre Swift was a 2nd-round draft pick and he is probably worth a 6th or 7th round, maybe even less.
Yeah. And to go off of that, I do think he's like the more talented running back. I think they keep it easy on him just because he gets injured every other game. And they kind of use him sparingly because Williams, it still kind of amazes me that Williams is the lead back because his running average is horrible.
Yeah, dude. They don't have anybody else but Swift, and it's like they don't want to injure him. Ha!
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like use Jamal Williams at the goal line. I get that he's pretty good at it, but everything else he averaged 3.7 yards per carry on
he would average like 2.5, man, had it been for that one carry.
That's what he normally averages.
I know. And that's why I was like, dude, you gotta like I know how you guys like Jamal Williams, but he is so matchup dependent. Like, and we'll talk about somebody else who's matchup dependent too. It's insane, man.
Sorry.
So no, you.
I was gonna say Amon St. Brown, it looked like he's back to being healthy. He was getting the ball a lot. He had 10 targets.
He looks good. Yeah, he looks really
good. Let's see if this keeps going and if he could do what he did last year. And the last 8 games, 7 games, he killed it. Got a touchdown in every game. Had over 10 receptions in every game, something like that. A lot of people drafted him early. I was one of them in my other leagues. He's been kind of a disappointment all year, but it's getting close to playoff time, and this is when you want your players to play well to see if that keeps going.
Yeah, and Jared Goff has been playing well, dude. And as long as Jared Goff is playing, Amon-Ra St. Brown's gonna be awesome. So
yeah, Goff's got to stay healthy. Brown, who's been kind of injured a lot during this year, he looked pretty healthy now, but he's got to stay healthy.
Yeah. So going forward, James Cook, he was on my waiver show. It sucks. I think he's matchup dependent. Josh Allen, you can still start. Devin Singletary, dude. I don't know if he's going to turn into what he was last year. It's probably going to stay a flex. Stephon Diggs, probably. I mean, even on his bad game is amazing. Isaiah McKenzie, you probably want to pick up just to see what he does, but he's so inconsistent. And then Gabe Davis, dude, it is what it is, but his ceiling is not what it was last year. And then Amon St. Brown is great. Jamal Williams is matchup dependent, and same with DeAndre Swift. But DeAndre Swift, you might as well try to trade him for something, dude, because he's not going to be what you want him to be. And that's probably about it for me.
Yeah, I'm done with that game.
And dude, Khalif Raymond lost 2 fumbles, and I thought he was so good earlier in the year. Khalif Raymond, it sucks. And then Jason, you want to talk about the Cowboys game? And I want to know how you felt about that, how the Cowboys played against the Giants, because I don't think they played nearly as well as they did. They didn't look the same as they did against the Vikings. I'm going to go pee real fast.
All right. Giants and Cowboys, Thanksgiving, second game, 1:30 Pacific time. I think that's where we're at. I went into this seeing if the Giants were going to bounce back from their Lions loss, and I also wanted to see if the Cowboys were going to continue to get their roll on, and if Pollard was going to continue to keep getting carries since Ezekiel Elliott now seems more fresh, and his injury not that big of an issue anymore. I was going to see if he's still going to get the carries. We'll talk about that. This game, it was I think in the very beginning, you could definitely tell it was a divisional game. They were playing each other pretty tough. One of the things that was kind of like mind-boggling to me is that the Giants didn't even give Saquon Barkley his first touch until like their third drive, and I'm like,
really?
And I'm like, come on now. I said to play Barkley. I need you to hand it off to your best player on the field. Yeah, it was pretty weird.
So were they just going 3 and out, passing the ball or something?
No, they were just passing it, getting down the field. In the first couple of drives, they weren't bad, and they were kind of putting the pressure on the Cowboys. They got a touchdown on a field goal. I believe they did held the lead for a little bit, but they were doing it all through the air. And I think it was just like the way they were running up the plays, because you kept thinking, I'm like, okay, well, Barkley now is going to get the ball. Barkley now is going to get the ball. No, that wasn't the case. And then I think just in the beginning, I felt like you could tell it was like a divisional game. The Giants, I mean, they're not a bad team. They are who we thought they were.
You know? Dude, they had that big touchdown called back, man, where Brian Daboll threw his, like, just went insane.
Yeah.
I think that was Slayton, or no, Hodgins, maybe. I can't remember. I think it was
Hodgins. Yeah.
And man,
he might be a coach of the year. I think he's definitely a candidate for coach of the year.
Oh yeah, well, his team. I mean, he's 7-4, and his team is terrible. So I mean,
yeah. I said to pause Daniel Jones. Not a very good matchup, and he lost Robinson.
And he didn't have the rushing floor he usually does either.
No, he only had 14 yards on rushing. He only got sacked like 3 times, 2 of them by Mike Parsons.
I got something about that.
Okay, then I figured if people were going to start him, they would have won a rushing touchdown from him, and at least a passing touchdown. He only ended up getting a passing touchdown with 228 yards. I think he got like 14 points. I said to play Barkley because they're going to rely on him more. He was very touchdown dependent in this game because for some reason he only got the ball 11 times. Yeah, and so it was 11 for 39, 1 touchdown, and then he had 4 receptions for 13 yards, but he had it for 6 targets. If he didn't get that touchdown, Darius Slayton took it down to like the 1 yard line.
I saw that too. Yeah,
his game would have been a total bust. He was very fortunate that Slayton was a yard short and they were able to give it to Barkley.
Well, other than the first drive, it seemed like the Cowboys defense played really well.
Yeah. I think they were it was new play calling. I think they were kind of doing playing scheme, and then when the Cowboys kind of started seeing how they were going to play how the Giants were going to play the game, they were able to like start to do well. They got up to 10 points. I want to say maybe 13 points, and they were stuck there. They didn't score their second touchdown until the late games of the fourth quarter when the game was already pretty much over and it was garbage time.
Well, just looking at these stats, Jason, I want to know because I was fighting with my wife at the time. I was cleaning my house for like 3 hours yesterday during this game. It was great. I loved it. Loved cleaning. Loved cleaning. Gary Brightwell, he's the backup running back. It looks like for the Giants. He averaged 6.2 yards a carry.
Tyler, sometimes you and I are on the same wavelength.
So I was like, I want to know who this dude is because I like Saquon Barkley, but he's injury prone and he hasn't been doing well. And I want to know if this is like a rookie that Brian Daboll
second year.
Or something. Damn it.
Second year from Arizona, but you know what? He looked really good and he looked really fast.
Did he? So is he so he's 6'1", 218 is a little undersized. I mean, I wish I weighed 218.
But yeah, his runs looked a lot better than Barkley.
So that's a name I'm going to be looking at for my waiver wire pickup
Gary
show.
Brightwell. He averaged
His future is
6.2 yards a
bright.
carry.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
not.
Well, as long as Barkley's playing.
Did you like that?
Yeah, that was pretty good. Might go down in a dark well. He did have 2 receptions too, so he touched the ball a total of 7 times, with a combined yardage of 49 yards.
So yeah, I need to go back and look at Gary Brightwell. That looks interesting because I was kind of interested in Matt Breida because he's been so awesome, but he's been terrible since he joined the Giants. So
yeah, I remember when he was playing for those Niners, killing it on the
oh,
burner.
Jason, I didn't even tell you the Micah Parsons thing, right?
No, let's get this factoid.
Yeah, so he's the third player to have 12 plus sacks in each of his first 2 seasons since individual so sacks weren't recorded until 1982. That's why Deacon Jones is considered like the best sack artist. Like he started counting sacks for himself. You have to watch this on NFL Network, whatever, dude. But like 1982 is when they officially started counting sacks. So he's the third player to have 12 plus sacks in each of these first 2 seasons since joining Alden Smith and Reggie White. That's it, dude. So Alden Smith and Reggie White were on the defensive line. Micah Parsons is like literally a linebacker that does like loops and stuff, dude.
Yeah. Alden Smith.
Micah Parsons amazing.
He's pretty good. Alden Smith's sacks were more scripted by.
No, he's a defensive end, like he's.
No, I know. But they had to change a rule because of Alden Smith. And who was that guy that played right next to him? Justin.
You're talking about for the Raiders before you. Because who did all this? Oh no, the 49ers.
The Niners.
Justin Smith, the white. You're talking about the big white dude.
Justin Smith. Alden Smith was on one side. Justin Smith was right next to him, and they came up with this plan where Justin Smith engaged in his person, and he did kind of a hold.
Yeah,
and then Alden Smith would like go around, and the defender can't follow him, and he had that speed.
I think it's Justin. It's funny they have the same last name.
Right.
I know his name was Justin.
I think you're right. I think it is Justin Smith. That's
because man, he was funny too. Like they get quotes from him all the time, from on ESPN.
But being on that with Reggie White, that's something. The only thing right now that's kind of scaring me about Micah Parsons is that he's going out there in a cast and crutches and wraps and stuff.
Well, he's like, all these guys are short. He's like running to get his sacks.
Yeah.
All these other guys are beating one dude. He's got to go around and bend his body and do all this crazy stuff.
But he's doing it.
So Micah Parsons, like people talk about him being some amazing thing, but the stats are backing it up too.
Yeah.
And then
a great pick for him.
Yeah, and then Zeke had the better game yesterday, but Tony Pollard had 44 snaps, 8 routes, 20 opportunities. Ezekiel Elliott again, 38 snaps to 44 Pollard snaps in 12 routes, 17 opportunities. So Pollard is still getting more of everything. So if you are a Pollard owner, you should not be discouraged by this game or anything.
Yeah.
I would continue to start him every week as like a running back too, really.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't get the
10 minutes, Jason. Holy crap.
10 minutes. He couldn't get the holes this game, which happens, but he's still out touch Ezekiel Elliott, like you said. I think right now the only thing you got to know this was going to eventually happen was that Ezekiel Elliott's likely going to take the goal line carries.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you where I was wrong and right real fast, Jason. Okay. I said to have pause on Michael Gallup, and he actually did better than I thought. He went 5 for 63, which I mean for Michael Gallup, that's actually an improvement this year. And then I thought Dalton Schultz was going to get the higher yardage, which he didn't, but he got the 2 touchdowns, so it worked out for me because I really did think that I think he is the bigger red zone threat. I think he's the biggest red zone threat on the Cowboys because I don't trust CeeDee Lamb, and so who else are you going to trust? I think Dalton Schultz is the touchdown dude. I would not be surprised if he ended the year with like 6 more touchdowns. And
I hope he does because he was my guy at the beginning of the year that said you need to get him.
I think you did, dude. So it's working out for you. And then I think I said to have pause on. Oh, Michael, I already went over that, so we're good. I wanted to cover over the people that I was wrong on.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback what you were just talking about, though, I have Dalton Schultz on my team. Uh, he did have the 2 touchdowns. He did have 4 receptions on 4 targets. The one thing that was making me a little cautious now is that Jake Ferguson,
Yeah.
3 receptions, 57 yards,
And he
3
is,
targets,
I'm clicking on him right now. He is a
and
6'5",
then
244. He's only 23 years old, dude. Oh my God.
yeah, he's a young buck.
He was just
And
picked.
then
Oh crap.
yep, and then Peyton Hendershot got a rushing TD on the 1 yard line. So a possible vulture for Dalton Schultz, but that's the stuff. It's like they're using all 3 of their tight ends, and I'm like, no, 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 no,
No,
don't
I
use
know.
them.
Dude, we need Dalton Schultz to dominate.
Yeah, so that's it's kind of something I want to keep an eye on. That's making me a little cautious about because I'm like, dude. I mean, it's great being a Cowboys fan, getting them all involved. But when I got Schultz, like I want Schultz to be the guy. When I said that he was going to be the dude that you should probably pick up, I was not expecting all these other tight ends to get involved. So it's kind
Not
of like,
totally.
uh-oh. As long as Dalton Schultz gets his at least 1 touchdown a game, which is that going to happen? You know,
Dude,
it's
totally.
it's going
It's
to be it's kind of something to keep an eye on. I don't know what to do though. I think you just keep playing them. I don't know what else you could do out there.
I agree with that. And then so moving on to the next game, Jason, we got to move on. Mac
Okay.
Jones. Mac is back. I want to say that. I would not like be going out to pick up Mac Jones right now because I want to see another game. But dude, 382 yards. But I'm almost taking more about the Vikings defense. So this is 2 games in a row the Vikings defense has been crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were doing really well, and they only got 3 sacks on Mac Jones.
Right.
No,
I
and no interceptions. So
I went into this game thinking because for the past like week, all you hear is that the Vikings are ruined. They are done. They're out of here. So I wanted to see, are they ruined? Are
yeah,
they out of there? And then I
yeah,
wanted to see if Mac Jones. I wrote down. I want to see if Mac Jones will do something with his life.
yeah. Sounds like
I
he
put it.
does. It sounds like
I
how
put
he
in my
talks.
video. I put pause on Mac Jones. I did say in my video that I see this game turning into a shootout, which it did, but I did not see Mac Jones like doing well during the shootout. That I thought he might turn the ball over a few more
Yeah,
times. I didn't.
dude, he looks so bad on like when you watch the games, he's throwing such bad interceptions. So for him to throw
Yeah,
382 yards and no interceptions, I think is huge for this
with
team.
Jacoby Myers getting injured and out.
I saw that because Jacoby Myers, dude, is like he would have killed it. He would have like got like 150 yards had he not gone out. I love Jacoby Myers. I wish I would have picked him up way earlier, but I
So I
couldn't
was
get
wrong
him
on
in
that.
time.
I was wrong on pausing Mac Jones. I did say play Stevenson. He didn't get his touchdown, but this mother effer got 10 targets. He got 9 receptions on 10 targets for
Dude, oh,
76
I've got a
yards.
Stevenson. Oh, here, I've got a Stevenson. No, dude, you were so smart for doing that because I know I said I told you to start Damian Harris. I was like, dude, I'm thinking about starting Damian Harris on this.
Yeah.
And actually, so Ramondre Stevenson has 9 consecutive games with 13 or more PPR fantasy points, including 5 with 20 or more. He's had 16 or more touches in each of those games. So Stevenson's in line for heavy. Yeah. So there you go, dude.
You just sound like my video I did
And Damian Harris is
2
got
days
injured
ago.
with a thigh injury immediately. He's on crutches.
Yeah.
So like the person who I told you to start, because I was like, oh man, I'm looking at because I really like Damian Harris. Damian Harris got all the early rushes, but dude, he went down so early.
Stevenson, he's the guy. He's the reception dude.
Well, he's the reception dude, and like I just didn't like the Vikings defense. I thought you could run on the Vikings defense, so I was like, whatever. But looking at this, Damian Harris was not doing too well against them. I didn't even get to watch half of this game because I was still no drama. We don't want no drama.
Well, Stevenson only got 7 rushes in the game, which I thought that was actually pretty low too. But this was the Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins game.
Yeah, Jason, I was told I'm dramatic yesterday, and I was like, I'm dramatic.
I'm dramatic.
I'm dramatic. Huh?
You belong in theater.
I was like,
Nelson Aguilar got 8 targets. He only had 6 receptions. He came close to getting another reception near the goal line, but he just outplayed it, or he
Yeah.
underplayed it. Dalvin Cook, 22 rushes for 42 yards, 4 receptions on 10 with 5 targets.
I called the pause on him. I called it, and I knew
Oh,
it
good, good,
because
good.
I was like, dude, and I even talked about how Pat Trammell just paused him against the Buffalo Bills, and like if it wasn't for that 80-yard rushing touchdown, like his last month has been so bad, other than like a couple big runs, dude. So
I've
it's
gone
like,
against Dalvin Cook this week.
yeah. So Dalvin Cook is not. He is very matchup dependent right now, and it's like the rushing system, dude. Like it's just like last year you could depend on him because Mike Zimmer was the coach, and they're gonna run the ball until he does well, but not this year, dude. So like,
Well,
as a Vikings fan and watching that game, I think Dalvin Cook is like a 3rd-round pick right now because it's like you literally can't start him. I think I said I was like, you can't start him for half the games going forward, dude. Like, so Washington, I listed it like 4 games in a row, dude. He has not done well.
He's kind of a down year this year, but yet there's
And
still
I like Dalvin Cook, but it's like it's the
9-2.
system. It's just everything about it, dude.
Justin Jefferson did his thing. He killed it again.
He's doing the Madden commercial thing. He's throwing passes to himself.
Yeah. And then Adam Thielen had a breakout game. He had 9 receptions, 61 yards, 1 touchdown. But I also think you said start TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah, I thought he'd get 9 targets. He only got 6, but he got his touchdown. I knew he'd get a touchdown. I really think he's going to get a touchdown like every other game going forward.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to find his better spot in Minnesota than he did.
Yeah, but hey, dude, if
Alliance.
Thielen can keep this up, they need him. They need him to catch touchdowns. We have less than 1 minute, so I just want to.
I don't think he'll keep it up.
I don't think so either. But like, dude, Thielen's so good. They should be targeting him 10 times a game, but he's just so old, so white. He's just not going to last. We want to show the world anything, Jason?
I think that's it. I think we're good. Are you good?
Yeah. So our 100th episode. Thank you so much to everybody that's made this happen. Hey, our first 100. Thanks to Matt, our number 1 commenter over the first 100 episodes. Like,
yeah, Matt.
You know, hey, man, small stuff like that just keeps us going. Like, keeps us buying stuff. Like, yeah, we'd still making videos, but as far as buying stuff, you guys' interaction helps so much. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Jason,
like, subscribe.